Hello Libra, this is Jessica with Cardinal signs. I hope that you're doing well. So this reading, we're going to be taking a look at both love and romance for October 16th through the 31st, as well as general messages and energies. We're going to use both the tarot and the crystal ball for those messages. So I've already shuffled for you. We're just going to cut the deck and we can get started. The card that came out while I was pre-shuffling was the Hierophant. This is nothingness. We have the Eight of Cups, letting go, and we have the Five of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles, abundance, and we have the Three of Wands, experiencing. Okay, so this overall energy, especially because of what falls beneath it, there is, with letting go, it's like a clean break. We can see with this card, it is just black. There's nothing on this card. So this is a complete cut and dry, off it goes. This can be you walking away from something. This can be something leaving you. It could go either way. But either way that it does go, this is final. This is definitely the end of something, and there will be no going back. If this is a relationship or with a person, there will likely be no more communication. It's kind of like there's just this dead air. And even on kind of like an intuitive level, there isn't going to be that interchange, you know, like you're not going to be having that dialogue with each other. If any of you experienced that, where you can feel the connection with that person, that's done too. So it's likely going to be a sad thing. It's not going to come easy necessarily. And this has to do with letting go of like kind of preconceived notions. That's the terminology that came up while I flipped this card over, was preconceived notions. So it could be letting go of a frame of mind, a way of thinking too. It doesn't necessarily have to be a thing or a person that you're letting go of. It's a belief pattern perhaps. So this is letting go of something that is old and outdated, and embracing something that is fresh and new and of much more use to you, much more value to you going forward. So it's bittersweet because there's definitely something good coming in for you, but it's always difficult to have to say goodbye to something. Important here is to not to block your emotional centers. So you don't want to blunt your feelings with this. Being an air sign, you are much more cerebral in nature, but it is important for you to process the emotions regarding this and not to kind of put it under the rug or, you know, say, oh, I'll deal with it later. If you can process the emotions surrounding this when it happens, you'll have a lot easier time moving forward, and you will be able to embrace the new a lot more successfully without feeling like it's like a third arm or something that doesn't belong to you. You'll be able to really claim it as your own. Then you have the King of Pentacles here with the Three of Wands. Whatever this is coming in for you, it's very good for your... I love this card because as Pentacles, it is talking about material abundance, you know, financial success, job, all that kind of stuff. But I also get this really strong spiritual vibe of being at peace. There's this wonderful laid back calmness about this card. So moving forward, you down the road a little bit, perhaps once you have overcome the heartache perhaps involved in this process of letting go and moving on, you're going to be sitting in a really comfortable place where you have a lot of inner peace, and it's reflected into the external abundance within your life. Things are really going to start flowing in, and this situation is going to bring in a pivotal experience into your life, something new that you have not done before or considered doing before. It's coming your way, and it's quite exciting, and you will be more than prepared to embark on that new journey. So it looks really, really good for you, Libra. Let's take a look here, see if we can get any additional information for Libra. Whatever this is, it's not like set in stone right now. I have the sense that, the need to move forward and away from whatever this is, that's pretty solid. But where it is that you're going, you have a lot of say in that. It's not like you're set in this path and that's just where you have to go. It's like there's a world of possibilities opening up for you. And it's funny because the way that I often interpret the Hierophant, which I wasn't initially getting for you, is that this is a blank canvas and you have the freedom to put whatever it is that you want on it. And now that I'm looking into the crystal, I do see that for you. I'm seeing a world of opportunities opening up for you as a result of letting go of some kind of old relationship pattern of belief, way of thinking, whatever it might be, and embracing the new. It is breathing new energy into your life and into your purpose. I'm hearing gold stars, and is bringing the feeling of you being recognized and rewarded for the good work that you've done. So it's nice. So others are definitely going to be taking note of what you're doing, and perhaps you're going to be receiving accolades or something of that nature for what you have accomplished. Okay, now advice that's coming in, I'm being shown the Nine of Pentacles, and with that is the feeling of being patient. So yes, you have this wonderful abundance coming to you, and you're going to be feeling very good when it comes to your wants and needs being met in life. The feeling of patience and the advice of being patient and allowing those to flow naturally rather than pushing. That's the advice coming in for you. So I'm going to take a look now at love and romance for yourself and your partner or potential partner. I've already shuffled. I'm just going to cut the deck. The top is going to be for yourself and the bottom for your partner. Your overall energy, Libra, you have the World. So yeah, you're definitely in this kind of concluding cycle within your life right now. Eight of Wands and the Sun. Beautiful. Your partner or potential partner is coming in here with the Hanged Man, Temperance, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. This is interesting. I'm actually going to start with your partner. Your partner's energy is very, at this time, at any rate, it's very slow moving. It's very cautious. Partner doesn't appreciate fast movement, big changes, sudden changes. However, they're going to have to be dealing with that because they have sudden change coming into their life. So this is perhaps going to make them feel thrown off balance and have to scramble to catch their footing. However, because they have the Temperance card, I think that they're going to be able to establish equilibrium with relative grace and ease. So I don't think they're going to be too troubled. It's just going to be kind of a temporary shakeup for them. And I think you will be helpful or instrumental in kind of providing that safe space for them to reestablish their kind of set points and find their balance, find their equilibrium. So that's something that your partner is going to go through. I am not seeing any kind of discord or trouble between the two of you. The way that this reading is coming up is that you both have your individual things going on that you are dealing with fairly independently, but obviously you're still relying on the relationship to provide that, support system for you. Now, with the World here, I am getting the strong sense related to your general reading of you kind of saying a last goodbye to something. There's a bit of a reluctance here to let it go. We can see here with the World card how tightly she's holding on to this thing that she needs to let go of in order to move forward into the next phase or cycle of life. So this is a bittersweet moment. It's saying farewell to something, knowing full well that once you let this go, that's it. It's done. It's not coming back. It is a fairly clean break, and you are moving forward into something completely new and fresh. Now, you are having significant communication coming in for you. This can be talking about a highlight in communication and dialogue between yourself and your partner. That's definitely a possibility for some of you. For others of you, I still get that sense that this is external to the relationship and more focused on you. You in particular receiving this communication. However, because if you are in an established, committed relationship, that will have some bearing on your partner. If it's going to affect your life in such a significant way, it's certainly going to fall over and affect theirs as well. Of course, not quite as significantly. You have the Sun. So this is basically saying, I know it's hard, I know it's scary having to let that go, but you don't have to worry. Whatever is coming your way, it's beautiful, it's good for you, you're going to feel very happy with it. So you don't have to worry. I have this wonderful blessing. For Libra. Okay, I'm being shown this beautiful table. It's a very old table, and the word craftsmanship is coming up here. So there's a lot of effort being put into this. It could go either way. It's either there's been a lot of effort put into whatever it is that you are now letting go of and saying goodbye to. And that's why it's very difficult for you to let go of it, because you've put so much of your heart and soul into it, so much time and effort. And it's hard to say farewell. For others of you, this is going to indicate where it is that you're going and the degree of skill and craftsmanship and creativity that is going to be involved in whatever's coming forward for you. And it's something that is going to be very high quality. It's going to stand the test of time. And it's going to be something that you and everyone else who encounters it is going to admire greatly. So it can go either way, or it could be both of those things. When you do finally accept this new thing that's coming in, this new opportunity, whatever it might be, you are going to be putting your mark on it. You're going to be claiming it as your own. And in a fairly tangible way, I feel. It's like others are going to know, okay, that's this person's thing. It's marked as theirs, and I'm not going to, kind of fringe in on that. But also there's this sense of inner peace. So you have been able to come to terms with this being the end, and you've been able to move forward, and you have this wonderful sense of peace and kind of this fresh outlook on what it is that you're going to be doing. I see you being quite predisposed to be successful at this, almost from the get-go. However, you're still going to find yourself needing to fine-tune and do a fair bit of practice. It's obviously going to be different how this unfolds for everybody, but I'm seeing like you're training, or you're practicing, you're honing your skills. However that might come up for you, you're naturally predisposed to it. Yes, it's going to come fairly easily, but there is room for improvement. Whatever this is, it's going to become quite precious to you, and you're going to want to take steps to protect it. And it depends on what it is, of course, how it is that you're going to protect it, but it's an asset to you. So you're going to want to take some kind of precautionary measures to make sure that, if it's a tangible thing, that it doesn't get damaged, lost, stolen, or if it's more of a relationship or an opportunity type of thing, you're going to want to perhaps make it legal, sign some documents, document what it is that you're doing, or whatever it might be. And I realized that the messages that have been coming up here were not really focused on your relationship. I don't think. Maybe some of you got a little bit more out of the messages and how that could apply to your relationship. But from my perspective, this seems like it was more of a carryover from your general reading. So my conclusion is that relationship is not going to be in the forefront for you for the last half of October, and you're really more focused on this process of ending and beginning a new cycle and the things that are involved in that. And your partner is kind of off doing their own thing. For those of you who are single and looking, let's just see here. If you're single and looking, you are ready for a relationship. You have put the past behind you. You are probably extending an offer to somebody who is interesting to you. You feel very good and optimistic about this person. However, the way that they receive your advances or your offer of love, it's a bit reluctant and reserved. This is a very reserved type of individual. It's very important to them to not be impulsive. So that's something that you may have to work through, is kind of that reservation within your potential partner. So for those of you who are single, but yeah, I really don't feel a super big emphasis on relationship right now for you. It seems to be a lot more going on throughout the rest of your life that's really capturing your attention and your focus. So I'm going to bring the reading to a close at that. Thank you so much for watching, Libra. I hope that you found these messages helpful. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can find my email in the description box below. So I will see you again in the beginning of November for your next 2-week forecast, and take care of yourself until then.